Hey everyone in the YouTube world, my name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Welcome to my Flying Wheels YouTube channel. I own a car dealership and I basically started this car dealership from scratch. I started it in my very early 20s with little to no money and I snowballed each car into the next. And what I mean by that, I started with a very small amount of money and I purchased my first car. And with the profit from that sale, I bought 2 cars, and then 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, and so on and so on. And now I have a car lot where all of my inventory has paid for itself over and over and over. Each car makes a profit, for the most part, pays the bills and rolls into the next vehicle. Well, a couple weeks ago, I went to the auction to basically start this business from scratch. I want to show you how it's done. Now, I already own the business, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take it to the auction with $400. I'm going to see what I can buy, and I'm going to turn that $400 into a profit and keep rolling the profit into the next car until I can afford to purchase a Ferrari with just that $400 that I started with. So if I buy it for $400 and I sell it for $15, I'm going to buy the next car for $1,500. If I sell that one for $3, I'm going to buy the next car for $3, and then so on until I can afford a Ferrari. And I'm going to show you how it's done, because that's basically how you should be running your business anyway. This is going to be a long-term saga. I'm going to see if I can do it in under a year. So it's going to be a lot of videos to see how this works out, starting with just $400. Let's get going. Lies the problem of buying $400 cars. They're cheap cars. They're basically POSs. They're pains in the butt too. I hate buying cheap cars. It's why I stopped buying cheap cars. I like buying fun stuff. I like buying nice stuff. There's a lot less headaches even though they're more money. There's a smaller profit margin and they all cost more money. So it ties up more money to make less money, but it's way less of a headache, not only in the car, but in the person I'm dealing with as well. Expectations are a lot different on a $1,500 car versus a $30,000 car. People want the $1,500 car, but want it to be the $30,000 car, and it's absolutely dreadful to work with. So I'm gonna have a lot of headaches trying to sell those 2 cars, and I'm gonna have a lot of headaches trying to get to the point where I'm at that $10,000 mark where I start getting nice cars again to roll into that Ferrari. So let's take a walk around the auction and I'll look for some good prospects to find in the $400 range. This is gonna be tough. I haven't done this in years, but this is how I started my business 15 years ago. Buying $400 cars, $800 cars, $1,200 cars, and trying to double my money and rolling them into the next vehicle and the next vehicle. And now I'm buying nicer cars. But the whole point of doing this is to show you that it is possible. You can build a business. So essentially, instead of buying a Ferrari, you could just keep rolling this into and reinvesting into yourself and your business. So clearly I'm out of range looking at 2012 Rams and even 07 Impalas, 11 Tahoes. All of these are going to be way too much money. Let's go check out this Plymouth Scamp. I think this has a 318 in it. This is a 74 Plymouth Scamp with a 318. Definitely going to be out of my price range. This probably wasn't even cool in 74. I don't know what makes it cool now. I do like the white vinyl. So far, I see nothing that's even close to being in my price range. Now here's my bread and butter. It's an 06 Chevy Corvette, 6-speed, LS2, I believe this is an LS2, with 69,000 miles. Now here's the thing, here's the reason I'm not going to be bidding on this. So you'll see there's no dealer name right here. Typically, dealers write their names on the side of a window. That way you know who the dealer is. If it's a presentable dealer, if it's a reputable dealer, I know, okay, I want to buy something from them. If they don't put their name on it, why? Why don't they put their name on it? Now, it's over 10 years old. It's under 100,000 miles, but it's over 10 years old, which makes it red light, which means it's sold as is. Now, here's the kicker. The car is locked, so I can't even get in to test drive it. Now, a lot of times we can test drive these cars. We can go 20, 30 miles an hour, shift through the gears. Now, I know for a fact those synchros on those transmissions tend to fail, tend to wear. So what happens? That dealer probably ran it through the auction because it has bad synchros and locked the doors. I'm expecting worst case scenario. That would be worst case scenario, but who knows? Maybe it's a great car and he just didn't want people playing around with his car. But I will stay away from that one, even though I really want it. I spy with my own eyes something that might just work for me. This is an 02 Acura TL with 158,000 miles, ripped leather. I mean, it's a Honda though. So, and not only is a Honda, it's a better Honda. It's a nicer Honda. Even this might be a little too much. Oh, battery's dead, so I can't test it out. Curious, because it's so old, it may be in my price range, but for 400, probably not. Here's a beat up old Civic and a Mazda 6. Those might work in my price range. 151,000 miles on an 05 Civic. 07 with 91,000 miles. None of this is fun for me. This isn't why I got into this job. This is how I started this job, buying these things, fixing them up, cleaning them, selling them. But that's not what I do now. The end goal was to do what I do now, which is buy Corvettes and Mustangs and Camaros, things that make me smile. Even this Altima might be out of my price range, even though it's rotted right there. 153 and 06 Altima. No, I've had these before. If you saw my other videos, I paid like $400 for one on trade, and I ended up selling it for $2,000 after I was finished. Oh, look at this. I am sold out of trucks, and I need a new truck. This is a 16 Titan XD with a Cummins turbo diesel. Yes, it is. XD, is it a Pro 4X too? Oh, I hope it's a Pro 4X. Yeah, it is. Pro 4X. I will absolutely be bidding on this today. Not for my $400, obviously, but I will be bidding on this because I need a new truck. Well, while we're looking for cheap cars, why not drive the Pro 4X around the parking lot, test that out while we look for cars. Problem with owning a Cummins diesel, I'm not a diesel guy. I have 16, how long have I been driving? 21 years of driving gasoline engines. I will absolutely put gasoline in here by accident and forget that it's a diesel. That's a gamble I might be willing to take. Alright, we have an old Camry. Even a beat up Tahoe is going to be too much. A Pontiac G6 that's clean, still going to be too much. This is difficult. Hey, check this thing out over here. A Royal Monaco. Got a Plymouth Dodge Royal Monaco. Now I've done my shopping. Now I've made my list. I know what I'm looking for. I want to max it at $400 and see what I can come up with. Let's go inside the auction and see what we'll come away with. So the auction has come to a conclusion. Not the day hasn't concluded because we still have to transport 3 cars back. So I ended up getting a Grand Am. What the heck did I get? I got an 03 Chevy Malibu with 111,000 miles. I hope it's not completely rotted out. I didn't look at it out there. I just saw it in the lane. It was $400. I heard the number. I raised my hand. I ended up getting it. I couldn't even tell you what color it is. I also ended up getting that Acura TL. So I think German's grabbing that one for me. If you don't know German, German's my right-hand man. He works harder than I even do. He should be grabbing the Acura, and I'm gonna go grab the Malibu and check it out. All right, here we go. 03 Chevy Malibu, 111,000 miles. We get a freshie on there. That's a fresh tire at least. I don't know anything about this car. We get some sand. Question is, you know the game, will it start? If it starts, it's already a good sign. It starts, okay. So far, the path to my Ferrari is a success. Is the AC cold? The AC's cold. Unbelievable. Let's walk around this bad boy. Tires marginal there. We got a little bit of rust down here. Not completely rotted. Needs a couple rear tires. The fronts are brand new. All right, I don't think I did so bad. Let's go see what else I got today. Do all the windows work? Well, let's see. Going over speed bumps. Yeah, that's pretty loud. All right, both windows in the front work. All right, we got one window that doesn't work back there. 113,000 miles before the next oil change, so the oil change is recent. Here's car number 2. 02 Acura TL, 158,000 miles, 3.2 TL, 6-cylinder. How is it?
Pretty clean.
Pretty clean?
AC works.
AC is cold? We got 2 cars with cold AC. That's great. What do we have for lights? It smells like your car. traction control, EBS, cold AC, stereo, is that Bluetooth? Heated seats, books, no books. All right, we might have 2 winners. And then I got a new tow rig. I just picked this up today as well. 2016 Nissan Titan XD Cummins turbo diesel with 38,000 miles. Not only is it an excellent XD turbo diesel Cummins, it is a Pro 4X. Pro 4X, 38,000 miles. So I bought this. Should I keep it? Should I sell it? I really want to keep it because I need a truck, but also everything's kind of for sale. So if somebody wants a Cummins turbo diesel, 38,000 mile tow rig, super nice truck, I'll sell it. And I do have a trailer, but this tow dolly just works so well. Come on up. So easy to use. A couple straps on each tire, put the pin in, and we're good to go. As long as it's a front wheel drive car, not all wheel, not four wheel drive, not rear wheel drive.
5 minutes later.
Uh-oh, we already had our first problem. German just called me, said his car is overheating. The Acura is overheating. Not good. But at least we're right next to my brother's house, so I'm gonna pull over to my brother's house, say hello, wait for German. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yikes. Did you blow a radiator or something? I don't know where it's come from. We have a brand new alternator. It's a good excuse to stop over my brother and see what projects he has going on. He just clipped a wall in his drift car last week. Engine bay on that S13. There's his GTR. There's his project car. And here's his family car. Right-hand drive Skyline. And then he has an RB right there waiting to be put in. What is it, Add 'em All Together is your YouTube?
Yeah, that's it.
Add 'em All Together. You can check out his YouTube channel. Thanks. It's not hot anymore. How long did you drive it hot?
No, like when we came to that stop over there, that lady was turning left.
Yeah.
That's where it shut off. As soon as I braked, it shut off.
And then you rolled the rest of the way?
Then I started it. When I was talking to you, I started it, and I gave it gas when I told you I'll be right there, and it coasted. Then I shut it off and let it coast.
Forgot why I don't buy cheap cars. Pull this up for me. I stopped buying cheap cars and I stopped having these headaches. Perfect reminder of why I got out of this. You know what isn't dead? My Cummins Titan.
Still going.
So I am instantly reminded why I stopped buying cheap cars. I have this fire in my heart right now of anger that it just makes me want to explode from that stupid car. And that was supposed to be the good one. That wasn't even the $400 flip. The $400 flip is driving in front of me with ice cold AC. So at least the story continues on that one. But now what the heck happens with the Acura? Good news. Next morning, 8 a.m., showed up at my brother's house and the car fired right up. So obviously there's something wrong that I have to figure out, but at least it starts. So it just wasn't running because it was overheated. And I guess it needed to cool its mind down before we got going. But now I can put it on the tow dolly, bring it back to my shop, no headaches, and figure it out from there. So check this out, we're about 2 days into the Malibu ownership, our $400 car, and look how good this thing looks. German doing what he does, making this thing look incredible. Now what's great is it came with a current inspection sticker, so we know that in the past 12 months this car has passed inspection. Obviously we're going to do inspection again, and that's when we find out if it actually needs anything. But now look at the interior. I think we've turned this into, I don't know, maybe a $1,700 car so far. Maybe I'll ask $1,795 and see how we do. And while we're on our $400 car topic, I'm sure you want to know what's up with this thing, the Acura TL head gasket? No, cracked radiator, that's all it was. $85, radiator's done. Thing doesn't overheat anymore. So score, score, score. And once again, while we're on the topic of these cheapy cars, The Acura is up on the lift. Check out these tires. Has 4 brand new skins on it. And then it's not completely rotted either. Being 18 years old in New England, I'd expect it to be junk by now, and it's not. And then fresh wash. Got a cherry Malibu. Well, hey, on a completely separate note, this company, Foxpeed, sent me a jump pack for free to test out and show on video. So if this thing works well, I'm gonna give it away to one of my viewers. So one of you guys or girls, all you have to do is share this video on your Facebook page and tag us, Flying Wheels Inc. on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook and share this video. So share us, tag us, and follow us on Facebook. And I'm randomly gonna pick somebody that I will mail this jump pack to. Comes in a case just like this. Comes with a charger plug, an outlet for your car. So we can touch right here. Right out of the box, it came with 84% battery life. So let's see if it'll jump. Now I know for a fact this Avalon is dead. It's a cheapy, like $1,200 car that's just been sitting here for months without being started. Let's put that jump pack on it and see if it actually works. So you have to plug it onto the battery first, then into the charger. And there we go, right out of the box. So if somebody wants that for free, all you have to do is share this video on your Facebook page and tag us, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Flying Wheels Inc. INC. The other thing is, if you don't get it for free, there's a link to it in the description with, I think, a $20 coupon code, so $20 off of that in our item description. So it's been about a week's turnaround time. The Malibu is complete. It turned out to be okay. Let me give you a quick walk around of it. Now the good thing is it came in with a current inspection sticker. It expires this month. 111,000 miles, and it's in fairly good shape. Has good tires on it. So you can see here, that was missing the hubcaps, so we just replaced the hubcaps completely. We did a few other things that this car needed as well. Now, I don't inspect anything in this price range, meaning I don't put inspection stickers on anything in this price range. And the reason I don't put inspection stickers on anything in this price range is because it limits the liability on me. If I tell somebody it's safe and then they take it to another mechanic and the other mechanic says it needs work, then they come back to me and I have to honor it. If you saw my Saab video, you know what I mean. Now I just sell them as is. So cheapy cars are sold as is. It's up to the buyer to inspect them. It's up to the buyer to go through them. And then it's all on the buyer after the purchase. There's no more liability on me. Now this one I'm really proud of. It actually turned out great. I have 2 Acura keys, 2 remotes. Let's see how this thing unlocks. Turned out to be a radiator leaking, so we replaced the radiator and the lower hose. The ABS light was on. It ended up needing a wheel bearing, so we replaced the wheel bearing on this car, and obviously both cars were detailed too. Tires were just replaced on it as well. You can see I patched the leather here. But this thing turned out to be pretty nice, and I think I'm going to do okay on. So the Acura, I paid just around $1,000 for it, maybe a little less, but with the radiator, I'm into it for about $1,000. I have it listed for $2,800. I'll probably get around $2,500. Now going to the Malibu has 111,000 miles. I'm asking $1,700. If I get $1,500 for it, I own it for $500 or $600. So I'll make about $1,000. Which is a 200% profit on my $400 investment, right around there. So you can see how the money starts stockpiling. I'm probably invested $600 total into the car. If I get $1,500, I make $900 off it. I just about triple my money, almost. And then I take that $1,500 and buy another car and keep rolling, and it keeps snowballing until you have more and more. And then I'm gonna buy myself, eventually, a Ferrari using only the money I started with for this Chevy Malibu. So the next segment of this $400 flip into a Ferrari will show you me selling this car when it finally goes, how much we got for it, and what I'm gonna purchase next. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe down below. Thanks for watching all my stuff. I'll see y'all later. Adios.